Dear students, this is part 5 of your class 8 science chapter 6 conservation of biodiversity. In this part we are going to understand about protected areas, national park, wildlife sanctuary, biosphere reserve, project tiger, and we will be covering the remaining portion of your exercises. So before we start, let's watch this video.
Forest and wildlife protection programs by the government. The protection of wildlife has a long tradition in India. Many stories of Panchtantra and jungle books have stood as a testament of time for the love of wildlife. These stories have had a profound impact on the young minds. In 1972, a comprehensive Wildlife Act was enacted by the central government of India, led by Ms. Indira Gandhi, which provides the main legal framework for the conservation and protection of wildlife in India. The two main objectives of the Act are to provide protection to the endangered species list in the schedule of the Act and to provide legal support to the conservation areas of the country classified as national parks, sanctuaries, and closed areas. This act has been comprehensively amended in 1991, making punishments more stringent, and also has made provision for the protection of specified plant species and conservation of endangered species of wild animals. Wildlife Sanctuary. In Wildlife Sanctuary, regulated human activities are allowed, for example, grazing of animals, firewood collection, and tourism. It can be created for a particular species, which is not the case with the national parks. Wildlife sanctuaries are operated at the state level. A sanctuary can be upgraded to a national park but not the vice versa. We will now look at the few of those projects. Project Tiger. There are 50 tiger reserves in India which are governed by the Project Tiger, which is administered by the National Tiger Conservation Authority, which is also known as NTCA. India is home to about 70% of tigers in the world. In 2006, there were 1,411 tigers, which increased to 1,706 in 2011 and 2,226 in 2014. The total number of wild tigers has risen to 3,891 in 2016, according to the World Wildlife Fund and Global Tiger Forum. Biosphere Reserve. A biosphere reserve is a unique representation of ecosystem of terrestrial and coastal areas which are internationally recognized within the framework of UNESCO's Man and Biosphere program. The Biosphere Reserve aims at achieving the three objectives. The first objective is of the core zone, the central area that has to be kept undisturbed of all the activities except for the research which does not disturb the wildlife. The second objective is of the buffer zone. Some light activities like tourism, fishing, grazing, etc. are allowed which do not disturb the core zone. The research activities are encouraged over here. The third objective is for the transition zone, the outmost part and non-delimited, but activities have to be harmonious with the biosphere reserve.
To protect flora and fauna and their habitats, Government and the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 created protected areas. So, to protect the flora and fauna, we have seen the places where we find plants, the places where we find animals in those areas, and to protect their habitats, our government has brought Wildlife Protection Act, which was created in 1972. According to the World Conservation Union, formerly which was known as IUCN, protected areas are the areas dedicated to the protection and maintenance of biodiversity along with natural and cultural resources. So जो हमारा वर्ल्ड कंजर्वेशन यूनियन है WCU, जो कि पहले IUCN के नाम से जाना जाता था, उसने ऐसे एरियाज बनाए और उनका जो मेंटेनेंस है कि वहां पे उन एरिया पे उन क्षेत्रों में कि जो हमारे बायोडाइवर्सिटी है उसका नेचुरली और कल्चरल जो है उसका जो चीजें हैं उनको हम प्रोटेक्ट कर सकें. Protected areas include national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves. Now, next, the first part of protected area is national park. An area which is strictly reserved for the protection of wildlife is called a national park. A national park preserves flora, fauna, landscape, that is the natural environment there, and historic object of an area. Like activities like grazing, hunting, forestry, and cultivation are banned here. No private ownership is allowed. So national park एक ऐसा एरिया है जो स्ट्रिक्टली रिजर्व्ड होता है वाइल्ड लाइफ के प्रोटेक्शन के लिए. तो वाइल्ड लाइफ के प्रोटेक्शन के साथ साथ वहाँ पे जो उसका फ्लोरा है, उसके प्लांट्स हैं, उसके एनिमल्स हैं, साथ ही साथ जो वहाँ का नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट है, पेड़ पौधे, झील, झरने, सब कुछ उनका पूरा प्रोटेक्शन होता है. साथ ही साथ जो वहाँ के हिस्टोरिक ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं जैसे केव्स हो गए या डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स हो गए, उन सबको प्रोटेक्ट किया जाता है. साथ ही साथ वहाँ पे कुछ एक्टिविटीज जैसे कि ग्रेजिंग, जानवरों का चराना, हंटिंग, शिकार करना, फॉरेस्ट्री की, हम लकड़ी काट के ले जा रहे हैं या वहाँ पे लोग रह रहे हैं, ये पूरी तरीके से बैन होता है. और नेशनल पार्क इज नॉट द प्राइवेट ओनरशिप, वो किसी के प्राइवेटली किसी कोई भी उसको ओन नहीं करता है. देन देयर आर सम नेशनल पार्क्स. Example of some national parks are given like Jim Corbett National Park, Uttarakhand; Dudhwa National Park, Uttar Pradesh; Ranthambore National Park, Rajasthan; Kanha National Park, Madhya Pradesh; Simlipaal National Park, Orissa. So there is question in your answer briefly. Question number 7. Give two names of each of the following in India. So first one is your national park. So you can write any two national parks out of these 5. Okay, fine, good. So next is our wildlife sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuaries are areas reserved for the protection of animals only. Killing, poaching, and capturing of animals is strictly prohibited. So wildlife sanctuary ऐसा एरिया होता है जो सिर्फ हमारे एनिमल्स के लिए रिजर्व होता है. इन नेशनल पार्क वी हैव सीन दैट इट इज फॉर फ्लोरा एंड फ्लोना, पेड़ों के लिए भी है, जानवरों के लिए भी है, जो वहाँ पे हिस्टोरिक थिंग्स हैं उसके लिए भी है. लेकिन जो वाइल्ड लाइफ है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ एनिमल्स के लिए रिजर्व होता है. एंड एक्टिविटीज लाइक किलिंग, पोचिंग मीन्स हंटिंग, एंड कैप्चरिंग, जानवरों को पकड़ना, ये पूरी तरीके से प्रोहिबिटेड है, मना है. In a sanctuary, the following activities are allowed to an extent that these do not affect the wildlife. तो ये जो एक्टिविटीज है ये हम वहाँ पे कर सकते हैं. We have seen in national parks like activities like grazing, hunting, forestry, and cultivation are totally banned. But in wildlife, there are some activities which can be done. First one is harvesting of timber, then collection of minor forest products. Okay, then animals are also protected in zoos. The protection in the zoos is not as adequate and comparable to the protection given in the sanctuary. In a zoo, animals are kept for public exhibition in artificial environment and are given food at a specific times of the day. In a sanctuary, animals live in their natural habitat and obtain food from their habitat on their own. So if you will be thinking that okay, if only animals are protected here, so we have zoos also the same way. Like zoo is there but it is artificial. Food is being served to or given to animals. They lack or they are not having their natural activities. Okay, timely food has used to be given to them, so which is not good for them. Okay, and that is why these sanctuaries are created, so that they can have the natural habitat and they can obtain food of their own, अपने आप से वो खाना, अपने आप से वो प्राकृतिक जीवन में जी सके. Okay, now question number 7, B part, that give two names of each of the following in India. So B part is wildlife sanctuary. So you can see here some wildlife sanctuaries in India: Gir Wildlife Sanctuary, that is in Gujarat; Sultanpur Bird Sanctuary, Haryana; Dashigam Sanctuary in Srinagar; Madhumalai Sanctuary in Tamil Nadu; Kaziranga Sanctuary in Assam; Peria Sanctuary in Kerala. So you can write any two names of the wildlife sanctuaries. Okay. Now next is our biosphere reserve. A biosphere reserve is a large multi-purpose protected area for conservation of wildlife, plant and animal resources. People are an important component of a reserve. So in biosphere reserve, it is a large multi-purpose area where there is conservation for wildlife, plant and animals also. And people are an important component of a reserve. बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व्स आर डेवलप्ड टू, तो इनका डेवलपमेंट क्यों होता है, किस लिए किया जाता है? टू कंजर्व बायोडाइवर्सिटी एंड मेंटेन इकोलॉजिकल बैलेंस, कि जो बायोडाइवर्सिटी है वो मेंटेन हो, वो बचाव में रहे, कंजर्व रहे, साथ ही साथ जो इकोलॉजिकल बैलेंस है वो भी मेंटेन हो. देन मेंशन कल्चर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया, तो उस एरिया में जो ट्राइबल या जो कल्चर है वो भी क्या हो, बना रहे. Then permit tribals and other people living in the area to coexist. तो साथ ही साथ जो उस क्षेत्र में या उस एरिया में ट्राइबल्स हैं या जो दूसरे लोग रह रहे हैं वो उन वाइल्ड लाइफ कंजर्वेशन के साथ में, प्लांट के कंजर्वेशन के साथ में, एनिमल कंजर्वेशन के साथ में उनका भी रहना हो सके. A biosphere reserve being a large area may contain national parks and sanctuaries in it. तो बायोस्फीयर में क्या होता है, आपका नेशनल पार्क भी आ सकता है और सेंचुरीज भी आ सकती हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल पचमढ़ी बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व कंसिस्ट ऑफ वन नेशनल पार्क नेम्ड सतपुरा नेशनल पार्क and two wildlife sanctuaries named Bori Wildlife Sanctuary and Pachmari Wildlife Sanctuary. The second one is Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, which has two national parks, namely Bandipur National Park and Nagarhole National Park. So your question number 7, answer briefly question number 7, C part, that give two names of biosphere reserves. So first is Pachmari Biosphere Reserve and second is your Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Okay, good. Now next is Project Tiger. Project Tiger was launched by the Indian government in 1973 to protect the tigers in the country. The tiger population in India has been decreasing sharply over the years. In 1948, population of tigers was about 20,000. In 1989, it was about 4,000, and it went down to about 1,233 in 2000. Realizing this decline, the Project Tiger was initiated by the Government of India. At present, there are 47 tiger reserves in 18 Indian states, according to the latest tiger census report released by the National Tiger Conservation Authority on March 28, 2011. The current tiger population estimated is 1706. So, the government realized that continuously the number of tigers is decreasing day by day. So, they started launched a program which was named Project Tiger in 1973. So as you can see, in 1948 there were 20,000 tigers which started to decline, and in 1989 it was about 4,000. धीरे धीरे कम होते जा रहे थे. So for the latest, when your book was written for March 28, 2011, they were having 1706. But in 2016 the new estimate was about 2,000. Okay, good. Answer detail question number 5, part number C. Project Tiger. Project Tiger was launched by the Indian government in 1973 to protect the tigers in the country. The tiger population in India has been decreasing sharply over the years. Realizing this decline, the Project Tiger was initiated by the Government of India. At present, there are 47 tiger reserves in 18 Indian states. According to the latest tiger census report released by the National Tiger Conservation Authority on March 28, 2011, the current tiger population estimated is 1706. Answer detail question number 5. Write notes on the following. D part. Red Data Book. Red Data Book is a source book which gives a record of all the endangered animals and plants. This is published by the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, that is IUCN, now known as World Conservation Union, WCU. The main aim of IUCN is to focus the attention of conservation is towards the species that are endangered and are at high risk of extinction. Okay. Answer briefly. Question number 3, D part. Distinguish between wildlife sanctuary and biosphere reserve. Wildlife sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuaries are areas reserved for the protection of animals only. Killing, poaching, and capturing of animals is strictly prohibited. Then your biosphere reserve. A biosphere reserve is a large multi-purpose protected area for conservation of wildlife, plant and animal resources. People are an important component of a reserve. Answer briefly question number 3, E part. National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary. National Park. An area which is strictly reserved by the protection of wildlife is called National Park. A national park preserves flora, fauna, landscape, natural environment and historic object of an area. Wildlife sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuaries are areas reserved for the protection of animals only. Killing, poaching and capturing of animals is strictly prohibited. You no need to do question number 5 of answer briefly. Question number 6. Why has the government created protected areas? What are the different protected areas? So answer is to protect the flora and fauna and their habitats. Our government under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 created protected areas. Protected areas include national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves.